migrant children separated from their families could be one step closer to being reunited. Finally, after months of pleas, lawyers now say the Trump administration just handed over data that could be critical to helping put parents and their kids back together. That includes phone numbers that weren't known about before. We told you less than a month ago that these lawyers couldn't find the parents of 666 migrant children. Some have been found since then, but the number is only down slightly to 628. NBC's Julia Ainsley has been all over this story from the very beginning. Julia, let me start with the ACLU saying that the administration has been withholding this data forever. What was the holdup and what did they get now?
Well, the Justice Department hasn't given us official comment on why they are just now handing this over, but the ACLU and other nonprofit law firms said in their report last night to a federal court that they believe it was media pressure. It was media pressure about this number, over 660 families that were still not identified, and therefore we could not know if they'd been reunited. They think the media pressure actually convinced the Trump administration to hand this over. As you can remember, our own Christian Walker asked the president about this during the last presidential debate. They said they would do more. It was only then that during these court hearings, the Justice Department lawyers said, oh, we will try to do more. But what's important to remember is that they are now sharing this part of the data. This is very specific data from the Justice Department that gives contact information for anyone who is still in the United States and going through the immigration court system, whether that be for deportation or asylum. But it's so chaotic because you have some data here. You have data within Health and Human Services that house the children. You have data within DHS that did the initial separations. It's also chaotic. And the officials who signed on to this policy from the beginning knew it would be this chaotic. They had no plan in place. So they're trying to bring these pieces together now. And these lawyers have been asking for months. It was a year ago that they signed on to this project because the government lawyer said, this is too onerous. We can't do this ourselves.
I mean, it's unbelievable how bad it was. So about 38 parents were found over the last month, but you've got still 600. How long do we think it'll take to either bring these kids back to their families or realize it may never happen?
Well, it could get a jump start with the new administration. We know the Biden-Harris administration coming in has said they want to establish a task force and actually put the responsibility back on the federal government to track down these families and reunite them. But so far, the incoming administration hasn't committed to how they will do that. The big question for the lawyers representing the families is whether or not they will allow these parents special protections to actually come back to the United States to reunite with their children. Otherwise, they're faced with the tough choice of bringing their child into a potentially dangerous situation in their home country or face indefinite separation.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.